Hi YouTube, it's me Shirria. This is the Shirria Mac channel. This is where I document my debt-free journey, share a little bit of my lifestyle and a little bit of my career as a social worker. And today I am going to be sharing my budget. So I'm getting ready to share my budget with you. If you're interested in watching exactly how I come up with all the numbers for my budget, do remember that I am on this debt-free journey alone. Although I am a married woman, I am budgeting just my paycheck from my full-time job. And at the end, of course, you'll get to see exactly how much money I have left over to throw directly into debt. I have been using this budget method since maybe November 2019. Before that, let me tell you, it was a disaster. Let's get right into my budget. This budget is for March the 1st through March the 13th, 2020. You'll see the income from my full-time job was $19,1101. I do get a check from my part-time job on $310. I never know how much that is going to be. I really don't budget that income. That income goes straight towards mortgage principal payments. So the first thing we have is Wells Fargo home mortgage. And that is $435 per pay period, which turns out to be $849 total for the month. And then I have my second mortgage. That is only paid once and at the end of the month. And that's $404. Then I have gas and groceries, and both of those get $100 a piece. I didn't spell groceries right. So that is $200 total, and I'm just gonna lump them together. That is it for the main walls. And as far as bills, I have Charlie. And if you watched my other video, you know that I financed him and I pay $68 twice a month. So $136 a month total. Then my Verizon bill. My Verizon bill is normally $84. But I went and bought a new case and a screen protector, and they just added it to my bill since my bill is on automatic pay, because I also didn't have my debit card because I had to order a new one. And so that is $161.12. And then life insurance. Both the premiums come out of my account, but then my husband gives me $75 back to cover his insurance. If I remind him. Most of the time I don't. Then we have expenses for this month. And these are not regular expenses. Expenses. These bills never change unless like my gas or the groceries go up. And they were higher last month. These don't really increase. Well, my cell phone is normally these bills over here are pretty regular. These expenses are not from month to month, at least not yet anyway. So my son has a field trip, and that is $30, and that is due on the 13th, but I'm gonna go ahead and pay it out of this pay period. Then I attend therapy twice a month, once during each pay period. And therapy right now is $20. That's my copay. So it's $40 for the month. Then my mom has a birthday on 3/10. And she doesn't really want anything. She doesn't really do anything because my brother was murdered on the 9th, which is the day before her birthday. So since then, she hasn't really celebrated her birthday. We'll probably just go and do breakfast or brunch. She likes brunch. And then my son his senior prom. He's not a senior per se, but he is in the 8th grade, and the school only goes up to the 8th grade, so he's considered their class. The 8th graders are considered seniors, and the deposit for his tuxedo is gonna be $50. If it's more, my husband will have to come through. Then I have a conference I have to attend in a couple of weeks for CEUs for my license, and the conference total was $179, but I went ahead and pulled $100 out of last budget. And then my daughter has a doctor's appointment on the 4th, and the copay for that is $50, but we actually have to pay $2,000 to the hospital to meet our deductible. Then cash envelopes. And these vary from month to month too. We have eating out because I refuse to take that out of the budget. Plus, sometimes I just don't be feeling like cooking. So that's gonna get $30. And then the fun money for this month is a lot lower because my husband and I went to an indoor go-kart racing track for Father's Day last year, and he didn't really like it. We bought 3 rounds, and we only used 1 each, so we both have 2 left over. I'm gonna just put $20, but really I don't think, as long as they get 1 round apiece, I don't think we'll have to add anything. And then my husband will match this, so if I have $50, he'll have $50 total between the 2 of these, so it'll be actually $100 for the both of us, between the both of us, total between the both of us that day. Or I'll take my 50 and we'll do something one weekend, and he'll take 50 and do something the next weekend. And then I'm not giving myself personal money because March I'm doing a no spend, and part of my no spend will be no personal money. And then there are commissions, and the commissions total $60. So my kids that still get commissions are getting ready to be 14, one's getting ready to be 16, and one is 7. So the 14 and 16-year-old get $25 for the month. Those are all my expenses at this moment. I'm going to grab my calculator and add this up for you guys. So hold just one moment, and we're going to add this up quickly. This is totaling $17.62. I forgot my savings. So I'm going to put my savings down here, and it is a small savings. But, so I have a Christmas fund, and that gets $50. And then my personal savings is $100. That's why it wasn't adding up. So I'm going to start over. 35, 66, 404, 268, 161, 12 plus. Wait a minute. I'm actually over. So the total ended up being, I'm just going to write it down here, $1922.78. And so, as you see, that is over my budget, but I do keep a $40 buffer, and so that will pay the difference. But that leaves me with absolutely nothing to pay towards debt out of my budget. And sometimes that happens. On the 15th, I was able to put $600 towards my credit card. And it would have been nice to be able to put something out of this budget. But, you know, life happens, and not all the time are you able to make, or am I able to make, you know, debt payments. That sometimes my debt snowball will be $600, and sometimes I can't even make a snow sprinkle. But everything is paid unless some unforeseen expenses arise or some type of emergency comes. Everything has an assignment. And there should be absolutely no reason why I swipe my card or a credit card or, you know, go further into debt for any reason. So, and sometimes, you know, that is what happens on a journey, because, you know, life doesn't care that you're trying to get out of debt. It just keeps existing. Life just keeps showing up. Next month, you know, I won't have the field trip, and it won't, well, my son's birthday will be next month, but I won't have the tux, and I won't have the ethics, and I may or may not have medical copays. I may have 4 medical copays next month, and, you know, stuff like that happens. I'm not going to take away our eating out money. I'm not going to take away our fun money, because this is a sacrifice. Being on this journey is a sacrifice enough, and I just feel like it's important for my kids and me as well not to feel so restricted because of mistakes we made in the past. So, as long as we learn from those mistakes and don't continue to make them in the future, which is why I have set up a budget that should cover all my expenses. So, I'm glad it did not end up, you know, perfectly. I am trying to be as transparent on this journey as possible. And this is part of the transparency that, you know, since I've been budgeting since November. But sometimes this is what happens. As a social worker in my position, although I do work for a state, and, you know, most state and government positions are salaried, mine is not. So I can never know what to expect. My pay is very inconsistent as a social worker. And I average, so December 31st, it was $16.32. And then the 15th through the 31st of January is $21.61. So it's very inconsistent. I never know what I'm going to get paid. But I do know usually I'm able to cover all my expenses, and I have not needed to go further into that since the start of this year. And I hope that continues so that I can reach my financial goals. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel if you feel like it's going to reach someone else. Please click the notification bell so that you can be notified when I drop a video. I do release videos every Wednesday and Sunday, and an occasional Tuesday when I'm paying off debt. It really helps to support and grow my small channel. I am really hoping, my goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers and my 4,000 minutes. Although my goal on YouTube is not to, my primary goal is to share my journey, to be held accountable. But it would be really great if I'm able to get monetized as well and earn a small income while I'm sharing my journey. And if that's something you would like to help me with, please click the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember that this is a journey, not a destination.